Hey everyone. Well, guess what? We're back here one more time. Haven't even changed my shirt. But we're going to go ahead in here anyways here and look fresh, be fresh. Okay, the one we're going to do this time here, and I wanted to kind of get into this here for a few minutes, is Soul to Soul Twin Flames. Don't you like that? Soul to Soul Twin Flames? I like that one. Imagination, birth of your creative self. All right. Now, what I wanted to do here, and I touched upon this briefly in a couple of the other videos, is I'm sure a great many of you are aware that you have these magnificent objects in the center of your chest that spin and go around and get hot and gives pressure in the center of your chest. And then you feel that same pressure when you meet someone and you want to fall in love and you have great sex and you want to get the bubble love and you want to do all those want to do things you want to. However, there is something else. Hey, a little humor never hurt nobody, did it? There is some important things taking place in regards to the heart center at the moment. And I touched upon it briefly in the last video, but I wanted to kind of get into it more at this particular point. When I talked about the field of consciousness that you would radiate from yourself based on the belief system that you have let go of and the new ones that you have created, the belief system that you're going to create, as I previously mentioned, will come first of all in the dream state. And this will give you the idea of getting accustomed to becoming a co-creator. And becoming a co-creator in the dream state is relatively easy because your waking state is out of the way and all of the belief systems that would get in the way, your intellectual capacity, your analytical part of your mind has gone to bed and gone to sleep. So now you're actually free to become a multidimensional creator being, all right? So you do this in the dream state. You wake up in the morning and you say, oh my God, I'm in these different dimensions. I'm creating these things. I can get into a dream state. I can, go in there and I can, screw it up. And then the damn thing starts all over again and I get to do it right. And it keeps repeating itself and I go to different places and different scenes and I talk to different people I never met before. And like, man, am I having a ball in the dream state. And actually, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing here also. But as I listen to more and more people, there are not a lot of people having a ball all the time. Now, there's a good few people that are getting it. But in respect to the situation here, what's actually happening at this particular point is the part in the dream state is now going to begin to filter into your conscious awareness. And along with it's going to come some understanding and use of the imaginative faculty. I made mention a while back in a video about the imagination, the faculty of becoming a creator. I think I may have been a little bit ahead of the game here, and that video was probably put up too soon. I don't think a lot of people realize that during the course of the Kundalini awakening, as the energy rises up to spinal column and hits the chakras, in a lot of cases the heart center, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. I don't think a lot of people realize that at the same time the brain is being activated. Dormant parts of the brain are being activated. Both hemispheres are coming into synchronization, the masculine and feminine, to create a unified field of self, first of all. Hopefully that's what's happening. Individual evolution is the most one important thing on the planet right now at the moment. And as you continue to evolve and grow, the imaginative faculty will start to grow also. It will activate, first of all, in the dream state freely, without condition, without belief systems, without innuendos, and without any restrictions at all. You'll probably be amazed by what you see and what you create. So what happens later on down the road is as you become more acquainted with the heart center, as you go out and you discover that the heart center just isn't all about relationships, great sex, and all that kind of stuff. that it has unlimited potential contained within it. But the unlimited potential cannot be unlocked, first of all, unless you go into the baby playpen and learn how to use it and experience it as a multidimensional being. Then, as you begin to understand and you ground more, and you begin to have some self-awareness of what's going on. When I talk about self-awareness, I'm talking about what's going on inside of you and you're understanding it. Now, this is where the intellectual capacity comes into play. I keep saying this to a lot of people. There is a place for the intellect, but some of the spiritually evolved think there's no place for the intellect and it needs to be gotten rid of. The same with the ego. Actually, you need both of them badly, ego and intellect. Because what happens is, the only way you're going to decipher what's going on in the dream state and what the capacities of the imaginative faculty are is if you have an intellect. The problem is you must have the experience first and use the intellect afterwards. We've been brainwashed to use the intellect first and everything else after it, and this has become a problem for us. So we have to relearn by hitting the refresh button in that particular perspective so we can learn how to use this properly. So now, having said that, what happens is when you're creating in the dream state, you have the total freedom. There's no belief systems, no restrictions, no nothing. You can decipher it the next day with the intellect or the analytical part of the mind by trying to put it into some kind of literal or three-dimensional terms or perspective that you can grasp onto. Sooner or later, you'll get it, as I did, that what is happening is we're being taught, literally, in the dream state, the proper use of the imaginative faculty, that we can use the imaginative faculty to create, and before it becomes manifest, if it doesn't vibrate or it doesn't resonate or it's not correct, and there is no right or no wrong, or it's not a correct type of vibration that is unique to us with our integrity or with our vibrational spin cycle, then we have to redo and retool. And this is what we're doing. So what happens is after a period of time, and this will vary from people to people, as to person to person, people to people, listen to me, person to person as to how long this will take. For some it will be longer than others. For some it'll take a whole lifetime and still not get it. All right? There is such a thing on the planet as a jarhead, and there is such a thing on the planet as an idiot. All right? Contrary to popular belief, there are lots of idiots on the planet. Go to the shopping mall, just sit down and watch, and you'll see them all the time. You'll see them on YouTube. You'll see them on Facebook. You'll see them everywhere. Idiots are a phenomenon on the planet. Fortunately, even they will have to change eventually. Love it. Anyways, as I was saying, so now what happens is as you begin to now understand that the imagination is functioning in the dream state, creating, what will happen is you will start to create new belief systems, and the belief systems will not be created and attached to or have emotional attachment to it as it did in the old days. What it means is you will be able to create something with the imagination, see it, incorporate it as a visual expression in the heart center, which will become a belief system or a vibrational spin that will create that field of consciousness around you in unison with you and you, your higher self, and this will become your reality. In that reality, based on the containment of the belief systems that you have created via and with the imaginative faculty, you will then be able to create that reality. As you continue to grow and evolve, what will happen is, as you reach a certain vibration, and the vibration indicates to you that growth is now coming, you begin to drop some of the previous belief systems that created your field of reality or your conscious awareness, and you create new ones as you continue to grow. So what it means is everyone will grow at their own rate. Some will grow slowly, some will not grow at all, and some will actually regress. Unfortunately, there are a few people on the planet who think that we're all going to be saved. All right? Well, let me enlighten you in that particular perspective. There isn't anyone coming to save us, and the only God that there is you, And God help you if you don't help yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. You have to understand the process you're going through. You have to understand the evolutionary process. And each and every one on this planet, like it or not, has to go through the process of initiation to grow, to become self-aware, and to actually ascend. And ascend means simply ascending from one vibrational pattern or reality of creation to another on a continual basis. You can do this freely and have a hell of a lot of fun doing it, or you can get to a comfort zone in belief systems and stay there for thousands of years if you want. It's entirely up to you. And some who, because of faulty wiring or mechanism or dysfunctional belief systems, and they cannot find the assistance that they need, will probably be in desperation mode in the next few months as the, shall we say, acceleration of this state of consciousness begins to arrive. And what I mean by that is this. At this particular point, there's probably quite a few of you who understood exactly what I just said. And you also understood that if you have dropped the old belief systems and you have created the new belief system and you're radiating it from the heart center based on the creation of your imagination, what has happened is you have created a much bigger unified field of consciousness, and the awareness of your reality has spread outward megafold as to what it used to be. So imagine a few million of us that have done this, and all of a sudden what happens is this unified field of consciousness or cosmic consciousness that we have created with the sum total of all of us creates a wave. It creates a synergistic wave, as it were, all because we're communicating, connecting in the etheric now, and we're exchanging information, we're exchanging a lot of things. We're having fun with each other, we're communicating with each other, we're loving each other, we're sharing with each other, we're giving with each other, we're doing all kinds of things in a multidimensional aspect. So we have created a group mind, a group consciousness, a reality field that is beyond imagination at this particular point. And it's now about to ignite. It's about to explode all through the planet. That which has been created is now being made manifest by the millions of people who have come to the first wave of it. Now, some are going to say that this is coming from without, from some place in space or the universe. Some are going to say it's an electromagnetic wave coming, it's going to hit here. I totally disagree. That which is coming has been created by us here and is now reaching its birth time. It's about to be birthed on this planet, that electromagnetic wave of consciousness in the unified field of millions of us who have reached a point of awareness and understanding of the heart center chakra, which we may not be aware of at the moment. We just do it. We just feel it. We share it. The reason that I know this for a fact is because I have the luxury and the honor and the privilege of being in contact with so many bloody wonderful people on this planet who have been so kind in sharing themselves and their information and their knowledge with me. I've been able to tap in and act in some small way as a spokesman, if I can put it that way, for what's emanating. And I'm really excited because as we do this and this first wave hits, it will create reverberations all over the planet. And what happens is, when it happens, those of us who went through all of the trials and the tribulations and the pain and the agony and the frustration that we did, then get a chance to move up to the next wave of vibration where the goodies are coming. And I mean goodies. Lots of them. If you have a toolbox of latent potential, look out. It's about to pop its cork when it opens. And if you think you're still going to be in the solar plexus and you're hung up on belief systems and attached to them, the toolbox will stay closed. If you're up in the heart center and you understand and have moved beyond the need for another to complete you, and you understand that you, with now your multidimensional, creative, imaginative faculty, can now create whatever you want, first of all in the ethers, and then bring it down into manifestation, into physical reality, you're on your way. Did I say enough? Yeah, I think so. Have a good one, everyone.